to make this event continue to get better and better is the amateurs and the qualifiers have really given us that underdog story coming into it and going out. And so one thing that we always try to do in creating this format is protect them. And by paying out 4 monies, when that qualifier gets in there and that payout is $100,000 for first, $25,000, $10,000, and $5,000. That will help those amateurs and qualifiers be secure to check, which is very important to us. So the Breakaway, for the last 5 years, every time I turn around, somebody's asking for the Breakaway roping to be added. And I kept saying no, 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 no. And I kept hearing how much bigger it's getting and how it's growing across America. And finally, I started paying attention to what these folks were telling me and seeing how big it was, and we're like, this should be added. It's a great event, and we think it's a great addition for our rodeo. So we thought, well, we got to have the biggest, so let's start with $85,000 payout. As you can see, $50,000 for first, $20,000 for second, third pays $10,000, and fourth pays $5,000 on our first year. And we'll see how it goes from here. But we have high hopes and ambitions that this is going to grow. And hopefully, again, one of our goals in that first American was having kids grow up dreaming about competing in American. Well, this is one more event that we hope kids are dreaming, that they have one more event that they could participate in here at the American. We thought we would design, you will also win this beautiful Breakaway gold buckle. Which we think is as important as the cash because it has that American logo on it. So with that, I thought maybe I could ask Jackie to come up and just say a couple of words about what she thinks it is for the industry having Breakaway roping as a part of it.
Well, he didn't tell me that I was going to have to say anything, so he's kind of putting me on the spot here. You know, the only thing I can say is that this is obviously a great opportunity, and we are so grateful to you guys for giving us this opportunity. Breakaway roping, if you look at the numbers, we are one of the biggest events from junior rodeos to high school rodeos, college rodeos. But then after that, it kind of dwindles. Even, you know, through the PRCA, I would love to have more pro rodeos have Breakaway, which has started to catch on. But the numbers are there. It's just that the avenues to be able to showcase our event are not given to us as much. And so to have it open up into the American is obviously just a huge thing. And it's going to impact, I think, the entire Western industry, you know, from all the way down from things that'll affect me like training horses, the sale of horses, all the way up to, you know, I would love to be able to, if this spreads more. My husband has been to the American, you know, the last 5 years, and we've tried it through the semifinals and from being invited. And so to be able to do this as a family, you're just looking at more numbers in the rodeo industry where women can go with their husbands and not just through the barrel racing. And so we appreciate this very much as an event, and we hope that we can prove our worth this first year at the American. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jackie. And the last thing that we want to talk about today that's new, and that is we look at the Western industry and say, what else can we help grow? And if you look at numbers, team roping continues to grow and grow and grow. But it's the number 9s, the number 10s, the number 11s. This is a handicap system if you're not familiar with it, similar to what golf would have. This would be probably like a 15 handicap in golf or an 18 handicap. So what we want to do is make sure that we welcome and that we're creating more awareness and more enthusiasm, not just for the greats in the world, but for those coming up. So we got together with Denny Gentry. Denny has been, his track record's amazing. He was the one that created USTRC, sold it, created World Series of Team Roping, and has just taken the sport of team roping to a whole new level. And so he came up with a concept to help us make this special and great, and helping, again, bring the Western community together and bigger. So at this point, I'd like to bring up Denny Gentry.
Well, he hit it right on the head when he said cowboy golf, because that's what we are. And they talk about rodeo and the world champs and all that. Last year, my finale, I had 19 ex-gold buckles. A lot of them with bad hips and bad shoulders and false teeth, but I had them all. And that's where they all go. We ran 160,000 teams last year, $70 million worth of team roping. So when Randy came along and said, here's a perfect opportunity to bring the working class people right in here. Now, Patrick knows this group real well because there's hundreds of thousands of them that compete all the way across the United States, and we will use both organizations to qualify for this event. USTRC, United States Team Roping Championships, and World Series of Team Roping also. World Series is heavy in the West, and US is heavy in the Central and the East, and we'll use both of them. Our formula way back was to provide working class people with opportunities for big checks, and we've used the volume to build that. And we put on the second richest horse event in the world and the richest rodeo division type event that exists, $12 million event each year. So, but the way that that was all constructed was giving working class people opportunities at big checks and building memories for them. And that's the bucket list stuff. And I don't know how in the world that we will top bucket list for working class people by bringing them in here. And in the first year, we're going to try to match some of the payoffs that they have here in the American that they've taken 6 years to build. We'll try to match that this year. But when we started talking about our team concept, the idea here is that we'd grow that up considerably over the next 3 or 4 years and make this something that the working class people would definitely take aim at, and we would spread it out over, let's say, 150 to 200 qualifying events across the country. So we've got high hopes on it. We've talked about the tournament concept that we've been wanting to introduce, and we will tie that to the AT&T program. And the reason I said AT&T program because we had another name for it, but we got to thinking the American team tournament. I think the Cowboys will be calling it the AT&T real fast. Thank you. Thanks, Patrick.